Alright guys, so a lot of changes come to the game and we're gonna be talking about this video. Just remember what I said, we're gonna be going raw every single video, but you know, you need to give praise when praise is due as well. What's up guys, it's your boy Russian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So, Plarium just came out and said a lot of things gonna be changing. Again, I know I was going to discuss the factions on the next videos, but I also said that when something important comes out, I will be discussing that in between, and today's the day. Alright, so one of the things that's gonna be changed, and I think that's one of the best changes Plarium gonna do, but again, they said those changes gonna be coming within months. What it means, it feels like, you know, when you have a meal and you put like the carrot in front, the proverbial carrot. Yeah, we're just gonna be chasing that until they decide to put those things out. If you're looking for a sign to get a fresh start in raids and become a part of my squad, this is it. Click my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 3 more epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. This is your chance to get Karato for free as well as Anax, Uugo and Mausoleum Mage as you progress your accounting raid. So click on my link right now and claim them. And one of them has to do with quests. So in here, and I believe it may be make artifact accessories upgrade, or maybe the whole sell some artifacts. I don't have the list in here. I tried to look up, I didn't see. But one of them is it will actually give you an hour of free gear removal, which is big because, to be honest with you guys, I really don't need to get a 24-hour every day. But if I have an hour, I can plan the changes I'm gonna be making for the champions and actually work on that for an hour. It doesn't take that long, okay? And if you miss one, just wait until the next day. It's not a big deal. So Plarium, really good on you. That's a really good change. Now, the other one that I want to mention, and there's a few of them, I'm not going through all of them, and it has to do with, finally, Minotaur. Because as you guys know, it's very hard actually to be able to get all your masteries if you don't spend gems on it, because you have a limited amount of multi-battles to go to, and to be honest, it can take forever, in the most if you're going for multiple champions, to be able to get this. And I feel a lot of times that's why some people may choose to actually just buy the masteries straightforward, or use something like RSL Helper. Okay, like in this case, for example, I have RSL Helper, but not on my Mac. That's what I usually use to play the game and make videos. So I have to actually fire up my PC to be able to do that, okay? Also, as you guys know, RSL Helper, a lot of times, it's down every time an update happens. So you can't just use every single time, okay? So this is one of the changes. That's another change that's gonna be coming up. I feel it's really good improvement. Does bother me that they don't have kind of a timeline. It's something that may happen within, I don't know, next week, or it may happen 6 months from now. So kind of a hard thing to actually be able to get behind, but hey, we do what we can, right? At least we know something gonna be coming. All right, so let's take a pause on praising Plarium right now. Let's talk about, guys, don't forget, we have the giveaway still happening for Before They're Legends. And for you guys to participate, you just need to write me a story about any of the over 800 champions we have in the game, and tell a story about before they became legends. Now, before they became legends, you guys can tell a funny story about their childhood. It can be cartoonish, it can be a little more serious, whatever you want, and send to the email that I'm gonna leave in the description down below. Also, I'm gonna leave the video explaining better, and the video that actually portrays the accounts that I'm gonna be giving away in the end of this month. So you guys still have close to 2 weeks. Okay, so yeah, and I gonna be actually creating those stories and make some fun stuff for the community, because I feel every now and then we deserve that. Plus it's summer, you know, it should be relaxation kind of time. Alright, so other things going on in the game right now. I feel like today is like news, even some of them are not new, but one of them is the portal is up, as you guys see. It's just progressive chance. I'll be honest with you guys, like, progressive chance needs to change because, as I mentioned to you guys, we do have over 800 champions in this game. So let's be very clear. You guys picking any of those champions, the chances to actually pull them, in the most when the chance to pull a legendary champion are already low. Unless it's a 2x, it's, let me put it like this, not gonna happen. Okay, you're gonna have YouTubers pulling hundreds of shards and still not getting the champion they choose. So it's rare. I'm not saying never happens, but your chances are so low, it's negligible. Okay, now we do have a couple of champions I actually haven't seen before. He looks like a brand new champion, Ballard Lost. Haven't looked at his kit, so let's look together before we end the video. So Malignant Thorns attacks one enemy before attacking, place a shield buff on this champ for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's attack. Has 50% chance of placing a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. On the A2, Twister of Life attacks one enemy, has 75% chance of placing a leech debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Instantly activate all poison debuffs on all enemies. On the A3, Monster's Growth attacks one enemy before attack, place a 50% increased accuracy buff in all allies for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased resistance debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Place 3, not too bad, 5% poison debuffs on the initial target for 2 turns. If the attack is critical, place 5% poison debuffs for 2 turns in all enemies instead. And on his passive, Lost to Chaos, increase the champion's ignore defense effect by 1% for each poison debuff instantly activated by this champion. Stacks up to 20%. Fuse this champion turn meter by 5% whenever a poison debuff is placed on an enemy. Now, that's my thing. So it goes back to what I was talking about on those 15% chances to get a champion, okay? The progressives, and it's because we keep getting brand new champions. And I mentioned that in the video yesterday. The problem is it's causing a lot of the champions you guys had not to actually be that good. Okay, and a lot of them are champions that you guys spent months, years to be able to get. So I feel a lot of those champions, yes, the reason why they put out is because you're really gonna gun for them, you're gonna spend your money, you're gonna, open every single shard you guys have to be able to try to get the champion, even if the chances are this big, okay? But they're not actually worrying about champions that already exist. Now, for example, Baal Alcazar, great champion. I have him. I do have stock, and I don't have Prince Kaimar. Okay, some of them those champs are really good. Okay, as they are right now. But as you guys see, they're gonna stop being as good as new champions comes in. Okay, Theodore also amazing champion. I do have him, really good against like Dragon, really good against Spider, hard. So those champions are really game changers, but if you look a couple of years ago, if I had like and I did have Theodore like a couple of years ago, but I feel he's not as good as a lot of the champions coming in. And I feel as time passes, this is gonna start affecting people's games a lot. Plus, you're gonna start seeing champions that actually can defeat some major champions you guys have. Don't take me wrong, like champions that can go against Armands, for example, are really good, because let's put it like this, Armands is a cheat code. But the problem is Armands was also a very hard champion for people to get. Not every even content creator got it. So is that fully fair to be able to counter him? Now, when you look at PvP, when you look at the arena, I have no problems having a good counter against him, because honestly, a lot of times you see Armands, you want, in the most live arena, you want to remove him from the other person's team, because he can literally lock your team completely. So you can't even take a turn. But when you go to some other areas of the game, that becomes a problem. Yes, Doom Tower, he can carry your team. that's fine. But to be honest with you guys, I can go without him. I have been going Doom Tower hard without Armands, not a problem. Now, does he help in some areas for the fight to go a little bit faster? Sure, yeah, I'll give that. So he's great for a lot of areas. I still use him in Arena, I still use him Live Arena, everything. So really good champion, but I feel if he was up here like a little over a year ago, he start to come down because you have other champions doing a lot better things in the most, because now we have new artifacts, okay, relics, I'm sorry. So you have relics as well. So do I think it's bad? No. Armands needed to be balanced, and that was a way that the game started balancing him. But the problem is it started affecting other champions that used to be meta, and right now they're a little bit of a garbage, right? So Plarium, if you're listening to that, let me just put it like this. You should not be just bringing those champions without kind of doing even if a soft rebalance on the other champions. Now, it doesn't mean take a champion and do a balancing, okay? Sometimes do the balancing on, for example, poisons in general. So every poisoner is on the same page and things like this, okay? Shields, everything else. So you're not fully balancing one champion, you're actually balancing across the board. Also guys, rare champions, man. I mean, I love rares, okay, and they can go up to a certain point of the game, but I feel would be very nice if Plarium could pay a little bit of attention then. I don't know what could be changed, maybe balance as a batch, okay? Increase a little bit, maybe their HP. I'm not saying like get them up to where epic champions are, but do some balancing on them. Also, some of the epic champions, guys, like Marksman has a possibility to be a half decent champion, and he's kind of garbage. I got him to level 60, 6-starred him, just see if I could make him work in certain areas, but yeah, it's his percentage just don't work that well. So I feel the game would be a lot more fun in the most for new players, people starting, okay, even up to mid-level, if some of the balance actually happened to not just legendaries, but also some of the epics and even some of the rares, okay? I don't know if you guys agree with me, let me know in the comments. That's just my 5 cents, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, that's what is going on in the game right now, and hopefully by tomorrow I gonna be putting out some factions videos. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the game.